Slapping your gums with Vinny and Hessey. Yeah!
All right. We are back. Welcome, guys. I'm Hessey. This is Vinny.
Hola.
Hola, he says. So, yeah, here we are. You know how Vinny gets to be when he's talking to somebody who has an accent.
Do you know what I mean?
So now he's drinking Pacifico. So all of a sudden he's a Mexican.
Shoot. I didn't even think of that.
So, yeah.
Cerveza.
So now he's in the Pacific. All of a sudden, so this may be you may have to turn on your
Bilingual.
What is it?
Translator.
I don't know what they call that. No, it's called something on your TV. Your SAP
Closed
or
captioning?
something like that. No, it's
Oh.
like SAP or ESP or something. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, doesn't that just translate?
No, yeah, but it's something on your phone that does it. So I don't remember what it.
Yeah, don't worry. I know.
I think
very,
it's ESP.
I think
it's
you've got all
ESP on
the
your
Spanish
TV.
that I know right there.
Yeah,
Cerveza.
well, after you have a few more, maybe. Baño.
Nope.
Dude, bathroom? I feel like you should know.
Baño. I thought you said
Baño.
Año.
Oh,
You said
yeah,
baño.
I don't know what that
It's like
is.
Año. I don't know. Uno.
No.
Cerveza.
Dos. First one. We're into one Pacifico. So yeah, that's where. All right, dude. So I felt like we hit it off last week in studio in your place. So that was cool.
That was cool.
So then now here we are. This one I moved. So hopefully this one, the sound and stuff turns
You look
out
good.
better.
It looks good.
Oh, okay. So I moved in because, dude, it's too scorching hot, bro. It's sweaty balls.
I gotcha.
Out in my studio. I
Out in
guess you
your
could call it.
studio with no
Out in
AC
my
yet.
setup. Yeah, the setup that I had that didn't have any AC, dude. It was she's warm. So I've been doing yard work and all that stuff, and so I'm just like, my sinuses are a little jacked because I was pulling weeds, but.
I did notice that
with
on the
me.
last episode. Like, I could hear myself. Like, I'm listening to it, and I can hear myself go, hey, oh, dude. I was like, how could you not tell me to stop doing that? I sniffed so many times. I did get a comment from a listener.
I feel like
To my face.
if I would have like brought it up and was like, bro, quit sniffing, then everybody's like, oh, and then you still were gonna do it, but now everybody would be paying attention to you sniffing.
I would have got a tissue and just wadded it in there.
Oh. Well, I think I don't know if that would have fixed the problem. And then
Maybe.
you've been like,
I don't know.
you know what I
I
mean?
talk like that anyway.
It was fine. It was fine.
All right. So I apologize for the sniffing. I'm going to be more aware of that today, because I noticed, like, when we were getting set up to do this, I'm like, okay, stop sniffing. No.
Well, all right.
So,
let's see how that works.
You got
out.
lawns
So I
mowed,
guess
you got all that
for
stuff
the
done.
listeners, I guess for the listeners, comment after this episode and let us know how many times you heard Vinny sniff.
Every time I sniff, you got to take a drink.
Oh, there you go. Drinking games.
Ah!
It's gonna get real. Yeah.
You guys might need to get a 12-pack. That's Hessey, not Vinny. We gotta get that right.
Just start whiffing sniffs, dude. Just getting everybody just white girl wasted. Oof.
Yeah.
How'd your week go, bro?
I only worked 4 days. It felt like forever. Like, I had Monday off for the 24th and stuff while you were here and whatnot. And on Wednesday, I'm just like, this week is too long. It was just a long week, dude. It wasn't, normal stuff, nothing exciting or anything like that, but it was definitely a long week. Yesterday we went to it's called Splash Summit in Provo. It used to be Seven Peaks. That was a ton of fun. I really racked my sack going down one of the water slides.
Oh.
Felt a little ill later in the day.
Well, you're getting up there in age, so those are starting to hang down.
Was,
you gotta wear.
It was one of those, like,
you gotta wear
Cooper
those
and Cannon were like, you gotta go
liners
off
inside.
Dude, I had the liner inside.
Oh gosh, dude, them things are just sagging.
So it's one of those that it drops straight down. Like it goes straight down, and they're like, all right, Dad, come on, you got to do it. They'd already done it, and they're like, you're going first. And I'm like, really? I was like, fine, I'll go first. It's really like, before it drops, I'm not even 6 foot tall. And it's basically, if you lay down flat, you're almost looking over the edge already. So they got these little mats with handles that you hang on to them like a little sled thing. And she says, all right, go. And I just kind of pushed off so I could get it going because it kind of stuck. It kind of sticks a little bit. I went over the edge and my feet came scorpion over behind me. I'm going to go all the way over, but my feet, like I wasn't on the ramp at all. Like the water slide. And then I hit the water slide like 5 feet down from the top. And then it just rockets you down and out. And all the water waves underneath.
In front of you?
No, they just kind of came up over my back a little bit. So you're jumping down head first.
Are you going forward? Oh, yeah. Forward. Okay, yeah, I'm following now.
So you're hanging onto this sled with two handles that are in the middle. Like you're just pushing
it's like
off
one of those little
face
foam,
first.
like the foam.
Yep.
Little foam.
Yep. It's a blue foam mat. It's got the curved front. And I pushed off. My legs came off. I wasn't touching the slide. And I don't know if I racked myself when I hit the slide or if the waves, as you're kind of skipping across it, I didn't know if it's just sitting there smacking my sack or what it was doing. But I got off that thing and I was just like, oh, dude. But Emily and Kayla, they were freaking out. They were like, your feet were so far in front of you. Like they were above your, like they were up. It's like, what? And then Cannon comes down and he goes, why did you jump? I'm like, what do you mean why did I jump? I just pushed off. He goes, you like jumped off the edge. He just bailed out there. So I must have went a little too hard on the start. But yeah, so we had a lot of fun over there, and we went to Top Golf last night. Hit a little bit. So yesterday was a fun day. The rest of the week was just work. That's it. That's what I got. What did you do yesterday?
Was yesterday Saturday?
Yeah, yesterday was Saturday.
Yeah, I went to a birthday party. So I went and set up, we have this bounce house. Like this giant bounce house thing, like the
18-foot bounce house water slide?
Yeah. So we went and set that up over at Sweeney's house. Because his daughter turned 1. So we had a birthday party. So that was cool. Set that up. Hung out there for a couple hours. All the kids, they loved that thing, dude. So it just makes it worth it. You know what I mean? Like, super glad we got it. Because them kids were just getting after. Sweeney climbed up the slide side of it with Tyler and went down the other one of the small slides. And I was like, well, that's cool, but like it's not really made for your fat ass, so stay off of it.
You didn't go down it?
Not entirely that extreme. No, I've been up on it before just to test it. It's not really made. I mean, like adults can get in it. It's not like the one like you rented where it was like just this giant one for just sliding. Like it still is like a kid's one. Like, I mean, it can handle a couple 100 pounds. Like I climbed up in it and I went down it and messed around on it, like to make sure that it wasn't gonna like collapse or anything like that when there's like 6 kids up there. And so it was fine. But it's not that big. I mean, it's big, but it's not as big as, there's not really adult ones unless like you get like.
I got you.
You just that basic.
So does it have multiple slides on it?
Oh yeah, it's got one that loops around the whole side of it, like the right side of it, and then it has 2 that go down the front. And then it has like holes in it, where you climb up and get in, and then it has like a whole little covered area on the top. Like you can get in and it has a roof and everything on it. So you can climb up in there and just like hang out. But it's misting. It's got water spraying on all 3 slides set up there. So it keeps the slides wet. And then it's got a little basketball hoop. And then and then it's a pool in front of it. That gets to be about, probably 14, 16 inches deep. Yeah.
Appreciate-
So you can just sit down there in the water if you want to and just chill out and shoot the basketball and play around or whatever, or you can climb up it and stuff like that. But so the kids were digging it, dude. They were ripping and gripping on it. And then, but then we had to bail out, so we left around like 3 because we had some friends that got some tickets to a concert, and they were like, "Hey, you guys want to go do dinner and go to a concert?" And so the Nugget has like this outdoor amphitheater, like
Okay.
the Nugget Casino. So yeah, so we went to a concert last night, dude, and just rocked out with our cocktail,
Was it-
dude.
What concert was it?
Dude, you would never guess. You couldn't guess it in a 1,000. What? You going in already on to 2?
Was
Let's see
that
it. Wait. Let's see it. Get on YouTube and watch this because Vinny's got he's got a plate
I gotta put the
with
mic down. I need
limes
both
all
hands.
sliced up. He's got
When I
even
come
at
to do a
Pacifico's
podcast, I
got
come
him some
prepared.
lines. Dude, he's getting it dialed in. He's got the garnishes and everything.
I wish I had the bottle because these fit so much better in the bottle. I just shoved that right inside
That's
the
right.
freaking.
Yeah, it just skins it off a little
Mine
bit.
too.
Adds a little bit to it. So the couple that wanted us to go with them. So we went and had dinner at this nice Italian place, dude. It was legit. It was fancy.
Okay.
I'd never
Italiano.
been. Tasha had been like years ago, and then
Do you have some big fat
Monty
meatballs?
Dude, we did get a meatball. Well, Monty got one, and he's like, "Oh, they gave me 2." I'm like, I think that's probably cut in half." And he was like, "No," and he's like, "So if you want one, I don't think they got my order right." And then he got looking at it, and he's all, "Oh yeah, dude, they did. This is one. They just cut in half. I mean, this thing is as big as a softball, bro." It was massive. I was like, "Holy, that's one big old ball, dude." It was like brother Kevin sized ball, bro. And so, I did eat half of that one, but it was nice. And then we grabbed that. I was like, "Oh man, we'll pay for dinner," because they had got the tickets and all that stuff. I was like,
Right.
I probably should have just got the ticket, paid
Paid
for
for
the
the
ticket
tickets?
instead. Ouch, no. Dude, I don't know. I get it. It's nice. It was super nice. It was too. They got cocktails and stuff. Tasha and Monty and Amy, but it's expensive, and I feel like just the price, like the world pricing, has gone up. I don't know.
We
There's
had
only
9
4 of
people
us.
with us this weekend.
Yeah, how much did you spend on one meal? Did you go to Upchuckarama first of all?
No, we did not go to
I know
Upchuckarama.
you
We
like,
tried.
Isn't
Nobody
it
wanted to go.
Upchuckarama? You like that Upchuckarama, so
I like Golden Corral better.
maybe that's what it is. I couldn't remember which one. Is it Golden Corral
Upchuckarama
buffet?
does not have steak. Yeah, it's still an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh,
Golden Corral
what,
has
Golden
steak and
Corral
hamburgers.
is? Oh,
Yeah.
oh boy.
Golden Corral has steaks
Okay.
and stuff.
So where
But
did
no,
you
it was-
go?
Texas Roadhouse.
Oof, that's a lot for a niner. So how much was
140.
it for 9 people? What?
140. 140.
Oh yeah, I spent well over that for 4 of us.
Woo.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was over. It cleared the 200 mark.
Dude.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I feel like everything's expensive, but the place was nice and it was worth it. It was super cool. So then we went, dude. You're gonna poop, dude. We went to Rod Stewart, bro.
Wow.
I know. When they bought the tickets, we were worried that we're gonna make it. I'm like,
They were
dude, I
worried
hope
he
he's
wasn't
still
gonna make
alive.
it?
Yeah, I
Right?
hope he's still alive, Sir Rod
But he's-
Stewart. I guess he got knighted, so that's cool.
He's going to
He
be at the
rocked it,
Nugget
bro.
in Fallon. Nugget in
it's
Fallon,
outside.
Nevada.
No, not in Fallon. It's Reno. It was in Reno. There's
Oh,
Nugget in
Reno. Yeah.
Yeah, but across the street, like crossing the freeway, they have a huge outdoor amphitheater for concerts. It's massive,
Right.
And it was a cool venue. I'd never
Was
been
it packed?
before. Yeah, dude, it was packed, man. And there was dudes wearing cause these people were wearing wigs, like the Rod Stewart big hair, like he's got that
Spiky
kind
hair,
of
doesn't he?
blondish, spiky hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's 78 years old, bro. Dude, I was just like, man, I don't even know. But like, so basically, when Tosh and I showed up, we definitely brought the age limit down, the average, for sure, into the younger class. There were some younger people though too, for sure. But
what about the couple you went with?
Man.
What's their age?
They're older than us.
Oh.
Yeah.
60s?
I'm not entirely sure. Probably close to a little bit younger than mom and dad, I think. A couple years
That's
younger
late,
than mom and
that's
dad.
in the 50s, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
late 50s is what they're at.
Yeah, mom will be 65, dude.
It's super cool couple. They're great, dude. Yeah, they're like, I don't think
That's
they're
awesome.
60 yet, but they're rad, dude. They're so fun. They got, we go over there for pool parties and stuff like that, and they're just good couple. So, yeah, Rod Stewart, he comes out, dude, he's wearing his jacket, like he always wears like a suit coat kind of looking thing. It's not like buttoned up, but I think he did a wardrobe change like 5 times.
Well, he
Like,
probably
this
had to
dude
take
was
a break, dude.
Oh yeah, one of them I'm pretty sure he was back there getting oxygen, smashing a Red Bull, and just getting ready to get back after it. You know what I mean? Because he's got like the girls get out there and dance and they sing.
Did it start at 4?
Yeah, they were. It started at 4. They were handing out Raisin Bran and Ensure drinks. It's like what you could get, and like you thought you were going to a bar, but it was like Ensure and Slim Fast, and you could. It was all the prunes you want. Like they were just handing those out.
All the prunes. Wow, dude. You know what?
No,
like so.
he rocked,
like, really,
bro.
like
He
early bird
rocked it,
special.
dude. Like,
What time did it start?
no, it started
7.
It started at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock at night.
Oof.
And he went till 10.
And went till
He
when?
said after, he's like 10. And he said after, he goes, we're headed to the Nugget. Me and the girls are headed to the Nugget. We're going for martinis and shagging. And I was just like, Tosh was like, I was like, what? And she's like, he said he shakes, martinis and shakes. Like, I don't know. She's I go, what? Like a protein shake? I'm pretty sure he said shag. Martinis and a shag. Dude, I don't know. Yeah. He's
So did you guys go over there?
Dude.
Did like everybody go over there and just like fill up the Nugget? You didn't go over there?
I'm sure
Go get an autograph or something?
Dude.
Come on.
No, I asked them if they wanted to. I'm like, you guys want to go to the Nugget and get autographs or something? He probably didn't even show up. Who you kidding?
I mean, you're the young bucks there. You could knock some old people out of the way and be like, come on, move out of the way. We're going to get our autograph.
I don't know, man. Them people are getting tense, dude. They rock it. Everybody's singing because they all know the songs and stuff. I didn't really know any of the songs. There's a couple of them, like, I knew of them.
Right.
But, like, he would do his thing and then stop, and then everybody was just like, singing it on, and stuff. And it was funny because then at the end, everybody tries to get like an encore.
Yeah.
So they're like, you just keep like cheering and all that stuff. And I was just like, and then Tosh's like, what? I go, they're trying to get him to come back on and do like another set, like an encore.
Right, do another
And
couple
she's like,
songs.
is that
or
what they
something,
do? Yeah. And I'm like, he ain't doing it. She's like, really? I go, nope. I can see him because I was standing there and I'm watching him go down the stairs like he's out. Like I go, he's leaving. Like he's clearly not coming back on.
You probably can't hear him. He took the headphones out of his ears and he can't hear anything.
Lights go off, all the stand lights come on, and then everybody's like, get it up.
I mean, if you went to the Nugget, you wouldn't have that much competition. Everybody's old. It's after 10. They got to go home, go to bed, dude.
Yeah, dude. I
You
wasn't
walked
really
over there
worried
and
about getting.
You probably
I
felt
wasn't
bad.
really
Nobody
worried
came
about
over to talk to him.
I know. Dude, he's funny. Like he would talk during it and stuff, cracking jokes and just carrying on, dude. It was a good time. I didn't know it was entertaining. It was fun.
How did he sound?
But good. I mean, he still can sing, dude. I mean, you can definitely tell he's still like a little raspy and stuff, but he still pipes it up. I mean, the girls come in and like, he's got like they're like little go-go looking girls, and some of them play the violin and the harp. This chick can just wail on the harp, dude. So they did like some little bits where like he was back there, getting oxygen, IV or whatever he was doing. But so they were good. They could sing like a mofo too and get out there. But Yeah, he put it on. I think this is his
You gotta
last
think,
tour,
though.
if I remember right. I think. I mean, but he'd try to shake his hips and what ass he has left, he would kind of shake. Cause
Dude, you're gonna throw it out.
His legs and he's scrawny as hell too.
But you got to
Yeah,
think how much he
changed.
partied back in the heyday.
No, yeah, he probably still does, dude. I'm telling you, he's probably martinis and shagging, bro.
Well, I mean, to make it to
Like
78
the
and
Nugget
still
last night. The
perform
Nugget
like
was
that?
probably happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he still does it. Still got a conscience, still got a head on him, like to be able to like crack the jokes and crack them jokes and do the stuff he was doing. Like he's still just witty as could be. He's still there.
That's good.
Shoot,
That's
he's
way
more
good.
there than our president. He's more conscious than our president, dude.
Yeah, so that
Because I mean,
$10 ticket
he's
was
working
worth
the stage,
Oh, yeah.
dude, back and forth.
didn't fall
and
down once.
Just he joked about it. He's like, "Bro, you see, I almost fell down right there." He goes, "Gosh, I can't remember the last time I almost fell down." And it was all quiet. And he's like, "Well, probably this morning when I was getting out of bed." He says. And everybody just starts laughing. Like he was just joking. I mean, he didn't almost fall down. I didn't know if he's cracking a joke or maybe
Right.
he did trip.
I mean, that's a joke. That's
But
a
he's
good
like-
joke.
Yeah, he just like he almost fell down to it, and he just poked fun at himself. He was just kind of rolled with it. But yeah, so it was good. It was a good night. Got back late. Alexa had a sleepover, so that was cool. And then did our thing. Just did a bunch of yard work. So moving on. UPS, no strike. I believe your guys' time
No
is
strike.
up. Tomorrow is you're back to it. 31st. They don't have it,
No. We still have
So-
tomorrow till tomorrow night.
but they already came to an agreement, correct?
A tentative agreement. Yes, they have a tentative agreement that's out for vote. It's looking good. It's yeah. We're not gonna. From what I can, I mean, nobody's actually said no. We're not striking, but yeah, we're not striking on Tuesday
Yeah.
because
So
it's already
they're paying
in. They're
you
looking
more.
at it. Yeah. What's that?
They're paying you more, so that's cool.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit more.
Right.
The part timers are getting a lot more.
I feel like
Yeah,
that's
this is our
probably
biggest contract.
nice to see. That's got to be necessary.
this-
And keep them part timer. I mean, you guys get paid a grip to throw packages on the front porch, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, we do okay for what we do.
I think you guys.
I mean,
so you probably get paid good for like. I feel like your pay. Do you think that? I'm not saying you don't deserve it by any means. Do you think that you get like you
You
feel
tell
like
me
they
every
pay
day I
you
don't
more?
deserve it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you think they pay you more? No, I don't say that. That you don't deserve it. I just feel like, but you get paid. I feel like your pay is because of your time. Like you guys work.
Oh yeah, we
time.
sacrifice. I mean, it's a lot for our center. I feel like it does. I think when you work for this company, it's you eat, bleed, sleep, brown. So
Right, that's what I'm
it is a
saying.
little
Like you're
tough.
not. I feel like it's being paid. You should get. I'm not saying you shouldn't, in the aspect
No, I
that
understand.
for sure, pay more because you guys do have some dicked up hours. I mean, you go.
I go
you
10 in the
you go
morning
to
till about 8
weird
o'clock
out
at
like
night.
you 9:30 or whatever it is that you have to. You basically have to be ready for work, and headed to work at what 9:30.
9:30. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, even if you got up early, like you do, go to the gym and stuff, get home. Like, it's not like you could just like go balls deep into a project because
Well, I can't. Yeah.
as long as
yeah.
it
can't-
didn't have, if there was nothing that was going to dry or harden or whatever, yeah, you could tinker on something for like an hour. And then it's like
That's it.
grab your lunch and you're hitting the road and you're going to work, and then you don't get home until 8 o'clock at night, 7:30 at night.
Correct.
So every practice, sporting event, and all that is over for
Yes.
kids wise. So like I feel like the pay is because of your time away from home. Should be that.
Well, that sounds great.
Make it worth it.
I like.
I don't know.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think?
mean,
What do you think?
No, I think it's good. I mean, our center's different because we're rural. I know there's a lot of other centers that get started maybe just a little bit earlier because they're closer to the airports and stuff like that. Like they have to drive our air down and stuff like that. So things just hold it up. But even when they do start a little earlier, I mean, they still kind of push it to the max on your time. They always tell us about the DOT hours and stuff like that. And I get it. UPS is a company that's, they've got to make money, so they've got to make some tough decisions and whatnot like that. So yeah, hourly, yeah, it's kind of like your hours are just a little bit. You don't get an 8 to 5 job. You don't get to punch in at 8. No matter what you're doing, at 5 o'clock you punch out. You go until you're done. So, I mean, that's what we signed up for, and that's what that's what we're doing. Some of the younger kids that are getting hired on here, they want to do the 8 to 5 deal. They're upset about the 10 o'clock start time, but I mean, you signed up for it. When you apply for this, this job. I mean, they've got great benefits, good retirement. I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. So, pay-wise, yeah. I mean, in this area, like the route I'm on now, it's a lot of miles. So it's like I do a little more miles, a little bit less packages, a little less stops. So, I mean, it kind of all averages out. When you start 23 years ago, it was like I had very few miles, double the packages of what I'm doing now, and close to 1.5 more stops of what I'm doing now. But I mean, that's why it's in seniority. You kind of just move up as guys retire. By the end of your career, you're looking for one of those smaller routes that drive a little farther, just stuff like that.
Right. So what I'm saying is, do you think your pay is because
I think I'm paid
of the work or because of the time?
I think we're paid because like you said, the work or time. I mean, it's time. They expect you to be there at a certain time. They expect you to stay till you're done. I mean, you're working until you're done. So I mean, they're compensating you for that. They're compensating you for that.
They're paying for you. They're paying you for your crap time. Like you got to be there at 10 in the morning, mid morning, and work till late night.
Till you're
dark.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's later, sometimes it's earlier. But yeah, I feel like they do look at that and they say, okay, look, we're taking you away from your family, so here you go. Like if you
worth it.
And they kind of need to, because there's a lot of people that are like, look, they'll take the job, they'll find out the hours, and then they just quit. I mean, if it's not worth it to work those hours.
That way.
Yeah.
That'd be me. That'd be tough.
But like, when I started 23 years ago, we used to go in and load our own trucks. So I did get to start earlier and had the ability to get off earlier.
Yeah, but you didn't get off that much earlier, but you got overtime.
No. Yes.
Because you still seemed to work. I remember you still working late, but you just were. It made it more worth it because you were making time and a half.
Correct.
Being when you were going long in the tooth at night. That's cool.
Yeah,
well, no UPS, so you're lucky, FedEx.
They're on
and everybody.
They're on a tentative agreement right now, and I guess it's like once they do a tentative agreement, then it goes through the process of, I don't know if they fine tune it. We have to vote on it, and they got like 30 days.
He was all freaked out about it, getting all weird on me. You know who I'm talking about.
I do.
And everybody that listens that knows him, he's like, bro, dude, you better start ordering all your stuff. He's telling everybody. When he listens to this, you know who I'm talking about, dude. Get off the internet, bro. Dude, you got to quit watching YouTube or something, or switch some podcasts, or do something different. Start listening to this one, not the conspiracy theory stuff. We're losing you, bro. You're getting psycho. This dude now, he's all of a sudden, he's like, UPS, man, they're going on strike. I was like, what? Yeah, talk to Vinny about it. I talk to him like once a week about it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're not doing. Yeah, they are, man. Worldwide, I'm gonna shut it down. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to get all my stuff? Yeah, you better stock up. I'm like, bro, I don't think UPS delivers to Walmart, Safeway. Like, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't really getting into it in depth with him. Like, I just kind of was like, oh yeah, I get it. Like, I moved on. I didn't order a single thing more than I normally do, or get anything different. Because I'm like, if I still got to, it doesn't impact. It impacts the wants and the needs, over the needs. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
Amazon, Walmart, Amazon, those dudes have their own stuff coming to them. You guys didn't, of course, deliver from Amazon, but I was talking to Braxton about it too. I'm like UPS doesn't bring produce to Safeway.
No.
Right.
No.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, that doesn't really affect. Yeah, of course, if all I did was order from Amazon, like all my stuff, then it may affect my toilet paper supply or something. I don't know.
Well, like my route that I go to.
I'm not saying it doesn't affect. There's no doubt there's effect, but not to where I'm going to starve to death or something, you know what I mean? Because UPS goes on strike. Like, he 100%. Was all like, bro, you got to go buy all this stuff. I'm like, well, pump the brakes. Like, no, I don't.
Unless he's one of those guys that is, like, reliable. Like, he relies on UPS to bring the diapers, the wipes, the toilet paper, and that kind of stuff. And laundry detergent.
And even if he did, though, and you guys did, what's the alternative?
Drive to the store.
Drive your happy ass down to Walmart and buy your own, I guess. They got Walmart pickup. You don't even got to go inside. But I don't know, it was funny because he was like, you better talk to him. I'm like, okay, yep, I got it. I'm going to figure it out.
Like, my route is 50 miles. Like, I get to my first stop 50 miles from our center. And so and even my old route was the same distance. And they're a grip. So the route I'm on now, they would have to go 50 miles just to get to the nearest Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for them, when they order stuff offline, it's not a necessity by any means. But instead of them driving back and forth,
this is first world problems for sure. You know what I mean?
It's 100%.
When it comes,
but I mean, it's like when they order,
you're not gonna starve and die because
no.
Of it. Like, and I'm not saying I'm not
Depot 3 times and have to while you're working on a project.
Correct.
But you can't order stuff that way either. You know what I mean? Like, I can't order stuff.
It's like you're bringing it next day.
Right. Exactly.
Especially that far out.
But no, it's the biggest.
I'm not downplaying I'm not downplaying UPS strike. I'm just going off of what, like, his thing was like. I've been watching this on the news or whatever he was watching it or listening to it. The gangsters or whatever. What do you guys not gangsters, the union mobsters. What do they call them?
Yeah, we're the mob.
No, the
mafia.
No, they call it something.
I'm a capo in the union. It's just a union. That's all it is.
It's the union, but they call it the mobs. I don't know. I can't remember what he said. Something about with the union. I was like, all right, bro. Like, that's cool. So if he's listening, you're okay, brother. They're not going on strike. So. He's probably all stocked up, so if I need,
we'll bring it to your lazy ass and drop it off on your doorstep.
If you need some, dude, I'm gonna come. Yeah, dude. He's too busy.
He's the fittest guy I know, besides you.
Yeah, he's too busy. He's got a lot of shit going on. Just kidding, brother. We love you. Speaking of like the 50-mile stuff, dude, we were talking about gas tanks. You and I were.
Yeah.
Right. So we're talking about like gas mileage and gas tanks and all that stuff. And so
we're talking about that little gas tank on your truck.
Yeah, so I started looking it up, and I cannot quite fathom. I think, like you were saying, it doesn't go crossways on mine. It's like kind of back, and then it's like right there. In that, it's just on that side. It's like it's more of a square or rectangular type one. So I'd be interested to see what yours looks like. How many tanks? Okay, so. For the listeners, Vinny has a Ford F-150, and yours is the Eco Boost.
Mine's the Eco Boost.
What they call it?
3.5.
Eco Boost. Yeah. And then I have a Ford F-250 7.3 Power Stroke diesel. His is gas, mine's diesel. Yours is a short bed, crew cab.
Yes.
What size? I hate to call you out on this. I probably should have given you a heads up to begin with.
Thanks a lot.
I didn't know if you're tank. Sorry, your tank.
25 gallon.
The horsepower thing in that. Oh, okay. You know that for a fact. Are you sure it's not a 26?
Well, I've never actually run it to dead empty to fill it up. I've been
Okay.
close.
So we'll say, okay, perfect. So you're running. So that's the thing. Like you and mine are the same size tank. I think they're like 26-gallon tanks.
Okay.
I have a big Ford or a big diesel truck, and you have a gasser.
Diesel.
And they throw the same size. But if
6
you go a
miles,
long
yeah.
bed,
Right.
if you go a long bed, they give you like a 34-gallon tank or something. It's like 8 more gallons or 10 more gallons. Braxy would know because he's got a long bed. So we were talking about mileage. What's your gasser getting for mileage? And I'm curious to know what people are driving and what their mileage is too. If we got listeners in there, because some people have like
15.9.
those. That's what yours says it averages. And you
That's
do
what it
some
says on
you
there.
do some highway stuff.
I drive
You
to
run
work every
highway.
day. I jump on the freeway and drive roughly 22 miles to work every day. 22 there, 22 back. That's what I run every
Yeah.
day. I
And
drive
that-
it
so
to the
it's
gym
not like
and I
city
drive
driving.
it to
Oh,
it's mostly highway, yeah.
yeah, it's getting up in the highway miles. Oh, I thought
You
it
are
would be a
correct.
little
I
bit
just looked it
better.
up. 26 gallon.
Okay. Yeah.
I get
On
I get about
yours?
400. I mean, if I fill it up like all the way, on the dash, it's like, I get like 411 miles on a tank of gas.
That's what your little
So
thing
right
tells
around
you.
400. Yeah, that's what it's like. You're right. You'll be at 400 miles to empty.
Yeah.
But no, we were talking about how
That's
to make
all.
that better because you're gripping out over 20 miles a gallon in your diesel, and I've got the EcoBoost, and it's like
yeah, not quite. I mean, I'm pretty close to 220. Yeah, if I'm just cruising, like if
that's
I'm
still 4
consciously
miles a
taking
gallon
care
better
of
than
it.
mine. And I'm not
Yeah, and
hammering
my
down
truck
on it.
weighs
I'm not
a
driving it
lot
crazy.
more. Yeah, and my truck weighs a lot more.
Yeah,
Rolling
lot
bigger
more.
tires too. That doesn't help.
I'm pretty
And
sure
you
that
have a
motor
lot
ain't
more
light
mileage,
either.
too. No, that 7.3 is a pig. Yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
weird. Like you'd have to look into it.
But I don't have any of the
Yeah,
air.
air
I don't have any air system or
Yeah, put some
my
air
muffling.
intake, so-
My muffler system's not changed. My exhaust muffler system. Sorry, my exhaust system. Edit that out. I'm a retard.
That-
But let's just
that
talk about
muffler system. That's them
no, not
Pacificos.
muffler. Exhaust system.
Dude, the Pacificos. Okay, well, I had something on here. Oh,
So
hey, did
Yeah.
you? Oh, go ahead.
no, I'm good.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll get you changed out.
I was gonna just
Have
keep
some
talking
comments.
while you were
Hey,
looking.
yeah, hit us up, email us, comment if you guys know like what he can do. What year is it?
2011 F-150 FX4.
2011 F-150, the FX4. If you guys have some tips on it, like hit us up and let us know. Email us flappingyourgums@yahoo.com or comment on YouTube or just hit us up. Let him know if there's like ways to help because like I know what I did for my diesel, but
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
what you
need
do
the
for gassers.
redneck style DIY stuff. I don't have a whole lot.
Do some
I don't need no
hillbilly,
money.
some hillbilly
Yeah.
gas mileage stuff.
I'm not
Besides
a
throwing
grand
like a
into
sail on it, like it's a bow or something. Yeah, dude, you got money? Who you kidding? You just went up, did a whole weekend up somewhere at some water park, and this dude's
Yeah,
got
it's
money.
Emily's
He
birthday
just got a
today. Happy
raise.
birthday, babe.
He just got a raise, so he's got money. So just send him whatever.
All right, what did you
do
have it
your
out?
history? Did you do your history
No.
segment? We got our history
Nope.
segment coming up.
Shit.
What happened?
Nope, I failed. Failed you. I completely
Yeah.
forgot. I told you I was gonna do it, and then I failed.
Well, you're supposed to put it in your notes. All right,
Yeah,
everybody,
I didn't do
you
that either.
bombed that one. Good
Gosh,
job.
dang it!
Way to go.
I'll have a good one. I'll get a good one.
No, you will not. The ones before were ass to begin with. They weren't even history. It was just like what went on.
Wow.
All right, well, I got something.
That's
just to
history.
help, just to cover. I got something to cover for you. No, yours were laws and rules, remember?
That's still
I got a
history.
couple little short ones. No. So there's this. You guys know what geothermal is? Do you guys have geothermal in Utah?
No idea.
Like where they drill in the ground for hot water? and make like
Yeah, I know
power
what
out
it
of
is, but I don't know.
Oh, you don't know if Utah has it?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so there's this. There's like geysers that spout up out of the ground and all that stuff. So Nevada, facts about Nevada and their history. In 1916, unintentional burst open below ground in a geothermal vein when they were drilling. So they were drilling because like a lot of mining here is like for gold and silver in Nevada. That's why they call it the Silver State. Right? There's just some history. So they were drilling and hit this vein, and dude, you just shat yourself, dude. You imagine just drilling, all of a sudden, poof, just boiling, scalding hot water, just like with all the pressure of the earth just blasting out at you. So in 1916, they were coring in and unintentionally hit it, and burst open a vein in a geothermal vein. And so it made it's called the fly geyser is what it's called.
You spell that? Flag?
F-L-Y. Fly. F-L-Y.
Oh, okay.
Fly geyser. That's the spell. It's known as the fly geyser. And so it's on. It's
so in
1916,
let me ask you this.
Gerlach.
In 1916, they hit this water thing, and then what? Like, they're not set up to do the geothermal like you are now, to pipe it and run it.
No, they just left it. They just backed out of it, and so now it's like like Old Faithful pipes off every on the clock.
Oh, so it doesn't just constantly run.
So this thing is it's constantly venting out. It's just a vent now, and it has made this like giant accumulation of like mineral buildup and like this gnarly looking.
But what I mean is, it's not just like shooting water out like all the time.
See it?
Yeah, I can see that. So it's made its own little. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's made its own like mineral deposits as it's just sat there for how many ever 100 and something years.
What is that called? Stalagmite.
Years.
It's making its own stalagmite.
Probably. I don't know what that stuff is. Depends on what the minerals are coming out of it, I guess.
Well, because like a stalagmite, I think, comes from the ground up, and a stalactite comes from the ceiling down. Like if you're in a cave and you got those pointy things, a stalagmite comes from the ground, so it pushes up, and then a stalactite is like the minerals working into a point, pointing down. I could be wrong. It could be vice versa. But there's a stalagmite, stalactite.
I don't know. That sounds cool, yeah. Well, we'll have to look it up.
You're good. You're good. All right, so 1916, and it's just sitting there now.
Yeah, I had one more, too, I was going to hit us up with. Silver. So, the richest known deposit of silver in the United States was discovered
in your backyard.
Mount Davidson in the Virginia Range in western Nevada.
Nice.
Yeah. I tried to look.
See, and if you guys dug basements, you'd probably find a lot more silver over there.
There's no doubt, dude. Dude, hey, you know what I did here? It's kind of off subject. I guess it's kind of history. Do you hear like the dude on what was it? He was like maybe up like at the house or something, like under oath, wherever they do that at. I'm terrible at knowing that. I should have looked it up.
That sounds about right.
Saying
in front of the something committee.
He's talking about aliens,
right?
Talking about Area 51
Ooh.
and spaceships. Yeah.
Hold on. Let's talk about this. Oh. Aliens. I got to get ready for aliens.
Because you love them. Hold on, he's got to put a lime in his Pacifico.
Oh, we're talking about the wrong alien.
He's saying, the illegal ones. Oh, that's terrible, dude. We're so terrible. So he's saying, he under oath says they have spaceships there, and they have biological stuff. And so the people asked him, like, the representatives are like, is this the biology that you're talking about, is it human or non? And he says it's non-human biologicals or whatever they call it.
Dude,
So he didn't say it's an alien. He just says whatever they're testing. I don't know what. It could just be a brain that's just hooked to this machine. I don't know.
but he said it's non-human. It could be a dog. That's non-human.
Non-human, no. Right. I don't know. Who knows? But they're saying they got the ships and stuff. Dude, I watched something on Area 51 and they're saying about spaceships and stuff, but I'm just like, I don't know, bro. Some of that stuff.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you.
Yeah,
We've got all these smart people. You've got, Bill Gates. You've got Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You've got all these dudes that they come up with huge things. Don't you think that if there was an Area 51, that, I mean, maybe they have, but don't you think government would bring some smart people in there and be like, we need to figure this out, or we need to use this in our benefit? Like, I mean, do you think they brought people in there and then?
I think on some of the stuff that I was watching, I mean, it's tough, bro. There's always it's just a huge conspiracy theory thing, you know what I mean, with Area 51. And they say they have these ships or whatever it may be, and this technology that they're trying to figure out, and that's why we've been able to advance it like we have, because they
advance what? We still send a shuttle up there that doesn't do anything.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It seems like it's. I almost lean towards you probably got a ship that somebody else made from a different country. You know what I mean? Like they sent
Billy
over,
Bob in
China
Virginia.
China sending over the balloon or whatever, floating by, taking pictures and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. It's tough to say unless you were out there. I can't. You can conspiracy theory all you want, be like, oh man, there's other aliens and this, that, and the other. But dude, if there is, and they're probing a ship over here and it gets caught up, that's where you lose me. And we're gonna go on a tangent here, but it's what happens if a ship is over there in another country, right?
Yeah.
I don't see. They got an Area 52 over in Ukraine,
China.
Over in China.
Yeah.
They got Area 52. It's the same thing going on over there. You don't ever see any of their stuff. So it's for me, I'm thinking, how are they only coming to the U.S. Right? And then secondly, how do we not see more? If you've taken this ship hostage, per se, you brought you're stuck it under the ground or wherever they put it in Area 51. I'm pretty sure they would send a fleet to come get it, kind of like we would do if there was a jet down in somewhere else. We're sending troops to come get it. Right.
Well, yeah. I mean,
so this
you might be
alien,
watching
they send some alien ships.
Much, but
what? Watching what?
Independence Day too much.
I'm not saying it's an invasion.
No, but that's what they're doing.
They
sent ships here. They went down. We have a ship in Area 51 in the movie, according to the movie, and then they're sending more stuff here to check it out even more. They kind of and all I have is movies to go off of. Is okay, they sent something there, it didn't return, so apparently where we sent it, they're more advanced than we are to take over our stuff. That's what they're trying to make us think, is we sent ships to Earth.
Yeah.
Those ships didn't come back, so obviously Earth is more advanced than our ships were, so we need to come back with force. If they can take out, X amount of ships, we need to come with double or triple that, because obviously they can do it. Where all it is he just got blinded by the sun, ran into a cliff, and now he's in the desert.
Dude,
we didn't shoot it down. It just crashed. You know what I mean? It's the sun's so bright off the desert.
Dude, it's a lot. I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one to say.
But the weird thing is, as open as all those meetings are that they put, they're all over TV. Everything is out there. They talk about this or that. I was listening to Rogan, and they had that meeting with some senators and stuff like that before COVID. They supposedly heard about COVID, sold a lot of their stock, and then COVID shut down the country, so they were under investigation for insider trading. We all knew about that. So why wouldn't they just be like, Area 51's real? If it is real, like, there's so many people in the world that could advance off of that, but then also I guess they wouldn't want to do it so other countries could advance off of that and then be more powerful than us. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun to think
It's
about,
a lot,
though.
dude. It'll get your head twirling around for sure. All right,
Dude.
moving on.
That was deep.
Aliens, we'll get all hung up in there. Dude, that got
Hey,
deep.
didn't you have a hunting
That
trip?
escalated
You had a
quickly.
hunting trip next to a naval. You and Walker, you guys went on a hunting trip where you got some Army dude or Navy guys coming out, busting you because you crossed some boundaries with motion detectors
no.
and cameras.
Did we?
Well, you said you were out night hunting. You're out doing a little night hunting.
They
and-
flew
and
over
kinda-
in helicopters. Yeah.
I thought some
They
dudes
flew
came
over
out
in
in
helicopters.
jeeps and stuff. No? Nobody ever told you to
Not
get
on
off
that
the property?
No. No. We had them fly over in helicopters, running, like, I don't know, we were set up hunting coyotes at night. And I don't know if we set it off, but they came over. They have the technology to do it for sure. They probably
Yeah,
were
it's
looking
basically
right at us.
it's basically the same fences you put your dogs on to not cross the
Yeah.
yard,
Yeah.
and you guys cross
Yeah,
that
we
line.
probably set something off because there was a couple choppers that were coming by us over the top of it. They busted our stand, so we had to leave anyways. But
That's true. Yeah.
dude, so I had this. You were talking about Rogan. Have you ever done? You ever smelled it? Had a smelling salt? Did you ever do a smelling salt like when you were in? I don't remember if you ever had to. Like, you ever get hit in the face
Nope.
with a tennis ball or something, and they had to give you a smelling salt? I
No,
don't know how rough it gets with tennis.
it could get that rough, but you get hit by a tennis ball, you get a bloody nose. You don't get knocked out. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
I
that's
don't know
about
how
it.
contact goes during
no,
practice.
there's no contact
So,
in tennis.
Have you ever seen those dudes, those power lifters
Yes.
with the smelling salt, and they shake
Yes.
that bottle up and pop that thing open and take a whiff of that
Before they do like a
You ever seen-
9,000-pound
before they
deadlift.
do a lift. Yeah, you ever seen
Yeah.
that, dude?
Yes.
If you ever have the chance, they make the small ones like that medics use, right?
Okay.
Their little capsule that they break open. It's
Right.
only like an inch and a half long by a half inch thick, and it snaps
Okay.
open. It breaks that plastic, and there's a smelling salt in it. I'm pretty sure it has like some sort of ammonia in
Is
there
it
or
liquid
something.
or is it more of a gas?
It's a gas. It's a gas. Like,
Oh,
there's crispy chunks of this salt that's absorbed, like the ammonia or whatever it is. For me, it smells ammonia. But so I had it happen in football. The reason I'm going on to this, dude, if you ever get a chance,
Didn't you
this
also
bottle
have that
tells
happen
you-
in your UFC fight?
Yeah, they probably did on one of those. When I was knocked out, they probably tried to do it.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one. I remember the
All
football
right, so
one.
back to your football. Okay.
Yeah, so but dude, you take this smelly salt. If you ever get a chance or know somebody has that, or even like the little ones in the medical packs, take a whiff of that and tell me what you think, dude. Because the bottles on there tell you not to do more than like I don't even know. It's like two times within a day or something, 2 or 3 whiffs of this stuff. So
Okay.
I'm curious, like, if anybody has done it or knows or is doing it or has it, let us know. Let's hear about
Send a video.
that, dude. Because I remember, so I was playing football and I went to do like a cutback. Well, I wasn't cutback. I was running baseline on a kick return, and I had the ball. And the lead block says, he's yelling at me, cut back, cut back, cut back. And I remember turning my head and looking to cut back, and somebody missed a block of a dude running down the sideline. And he absolutely leveled me. And I just remember just getting decleated. I mean, boom, rocks me. And so with coach, if you fumbled the ball, you had to walk around school with it the whole week before the next game. And anybody could come and knock it out of your hand. If they did, you had to run. Like, they tallied it up. And so I was like, I just remember getting leveled, and I see the ball bouncing, and I'm scrambling for this thing because I'm not about to fumble it. Like, it got loose. I have to recover it. And I remember just, like, crawling and going for this thing, and I jump on it, and I was like, oh, yeah. Except I'm, like, 6 feet out of bounds as I'm crawling around trying to get this ball. So I look like an absolute idiot, dude.
I got it.
It runs my bell.
Yeah,
I'm all, yeah. And then I stand up, and there's, like, their team is standing around me because I'm, like, in their sideline, just like a donkey. But at least I had the ball. I was like, whatever. So I stand up,
and when a football gets knocked out of your hand, out of bounds, it's still your ball. It's still your last possession. It goes out of bounds. It's still your ball.
Went out of bounds.
Not considered a fumble.
Nope, not a fumble. Offense is still in possession of the ball. But I didn't know where I was at. But I knew there was a football bouncing in it. Well, I knew in my mind, and I knew I had it, so I needed it back. So I get it, I stand up with it, and I'm 6 feet out of bounds, and I'm just like, and they're all around me, and they're shoving me, and I'm like, that ain't shit. I'm all pumped up, because they were like, whoa, and I'm like, that's nothing. And I'm all pushing them, and I'm all jacked up. Well, I thought it was sweat, but it's just blood just running down my nose, from the top of my nose, like the bridge of my nose. So coach calls a timeout, and I go with the ball. I just carry it over. I don't even give it to the ref or nothing. Like, I just bring it with me all the way to the huddle. And so here I am holding the ball, and they're like, hey, we need the ball. And I'm like, oh, yeah, here. So coach calls a timeout, runs over there, and he's like, Hessey, this time's out for you. Get your shit together. And I'm just like, and so they're stuffing a towel in because you're not supposed to be bleeding all over. You know, they try to keep you from bleeding, I guess, in high school or whatever. I think they do it in any level. So they're stuffing this towel in there and just swabbing my nose out, and I'm just like, well, whatever. And they're hitting me with those smelly salts. They shove one up in there, and I'm just like, they're like, take a whiff, and I'm like, and I'm like, cool, right on, yep, let's game on. I don't remember like what it did, but I remember later down when we were messing around with them, like lifting weights, because that's when when I was a senior, that's when it was like you started seeing people hit those things and like start bench pressing or whatever, because like you're lifting weights now, so you start watching like strongman stuff. So I remember getting the med kit, popping one of those open, and I about vomited, dude. I thought I almost passed out. Dude, they're intense, bro. Like, it feels like somebody just shoved like 2 scalding hot hangers up your nostril into your brain, and your eyes are just like you pop that thing open and you get it close, and you're like, it's like taking a hit 6 times as bad as like if you inhaled wasabi. You're just like, oh, and I mean, it's wicked. So I was just huffing this thing while I'm out there for whatever reason, probably concussed, who knows.
Right. I was gonna say, maybe if you're a little concussed, or your your adrenaline's already up, pretty high from, your adrenaline would have been up from that hit. It'd been recovery, running around. So maybe it didn't affect you as much if you were in just a docile, moment, and you're just like,
maybe that's what it's for. But then you think them dudes shake that thing up and pop the top and just.
Well, how did your workouts go when you were doing them?
I don't know. I can't remember. I was too wigged out about snorting. I mean, we would do it, throw it on the ground and just like do a bench press or whatever it was. I don't know. Next dude pick it up off the ground until it was like, wore down.
Just like when you're passing around the shaver. Wait, that wasn't you passing around the shaver. That was our other buddy passing around the shaver.
Yeah, there was the other group of guys that do the ball trimming all together. I don't think they sat on the ground. They just handed it to the next dude and held up
Pass
the
it around.
And hey, hold that up for me.
Stop. All right.
So if you ever, or if anybody's done it, I want to hear about it or let me know. Dude, I want to get some. I feel like I should probably just start doing it when we're working out. But
you should probably just take some down to the gym, sell them for $5 a pop.
Dude, that's all.
I get them on Amazon.
Try it, dude. But dude, watch them dudes. They
I-
hit that thing hard. Like us, I'm pretty sure we couldn't function after taking a hit like
I saw
that. Them
I
dudes
saw a
are
dude
different
do one on a
creatures,
video
man.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's like, I got it. He went
Okay.
to the doctor. He got it in his car. He's like, I grabbed this
Yeah.
out of a drawer while the doctor was gone. He goes, I wanted to do it. He cracks it open in his car, sniffs it, and he's like screaming. His eyes are watering like he'd been hit with mace. He was like, why did I do this, man?
Yeah,
I'm like,
and he's opened it up
yeah.
in the car.
oh. So I mean,
yeah, them dudes are like they're like freaking water buffalo, bison or something.
but they're probably
Snorting,
similar to what you were in effect in football when their adrenaline's going. They've already got themselves kind of pumped up, ready to go, and I mean they're not concussed, but I mean I'm pretty sure they've got themselves psyched out, backstage, whatever, doing that heavy breathing. They've got their blood flowing. They hit that on there and then they go.
Oh, yeah, it's something else. So if anybody knows, let's hear about that old rock salt. Smelling salt, not
Rock salt.
We're not making ice cream. Sorry, we're not making ice cream. It's rock salt.
You're just crushing the
all right,
rock
I got
salt.
a question. Dude, I got 2 questions for you. We'll move on to our question segment.
Okay.
Did you get any questions this week? Or did you just?
I do have
did
one.
Do nothing. You
Dude.
didn't do nothing to prepare for today.
Dude, they.
What?
Yeah, I did
Let's
one.
hear it. What kind of? Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. First one. You know what he didn't forget to do? Get him some Pacificos. He just forgot to do a history segment. Forgot to do a question mark. But I bet you didn't guarantee he forgot. He went and got him a 12 or them Pacificos.
I don't know, Cutwater.
Got him some
I forgot
fresh
those.
limes. Got him some fresh limes.
I've had this
You
stuff
didn't
for a
forget
week.
that, did you? No, please.
still
I was
still
there
got
a week ago. There was no
I had 'em.
Pacificos in there. Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go. Is that what we're doing? We're lying to each other? All right, question.
Question number
First
one.
one. What is CWD in deer, elk? Like in that animal process. CWD.
Conservation Wildlife Division.
Huh, that's pretty good. No, it's not that. It's a disease. I was like, that's pretty good. Yeah, CWD. I mean, could be. Maybe it is both. No, it's called chronic wasting disease. So this is gonna lead me into our next part. Why are you laughing so hard, dude? Because you came
I
over
had
that.
it, and your face was like,
I was like, what?
"Oh shit, is he right?"
Wait, did I see?
Well, 'cause
man,
when we go-
did I look that up wrong?
Because when
Thought
we
I
see those
messed up.
yellow signs out there, they got the CW. Isn't there like a CWD something on those signs, like the ones down by Cove Fort? They've got that properties all blocked off, and it's supposed to be like
for
kind of.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. This is called chronic wasting disease.
Which means what?
Well, it's like so affects deer, elk. It's found in northern America, including Canada
How
and
does
the
it
United
affect-
States. So it affects animals of all ages, and some infected animals may die without ever developing the disease. So basically, like it wastes them away. Like they start to get like their hides rotty, and it's a disease, so their body gets all gross. But
So they can't like handle the protein. They don't build any
no,
muscle,
whatever
fats,
it
that
is,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
They drink some antifreeze.
something, yeah. No,
right.
it's an infection, but it's
Okay.
like, you can have it. I guess back east they have more. Like they take and get it tested.
Okay.
For CWD. But the reason I was saying that is because that leads us into this part where Vinny got his first
Wow.
elk tag.
44
So,
years old. Got my first elk
44
tag.
years old. And we hope it
Spike,
doesn't have
baby.
let's hope it doesn't have CWD.
You're eating. You're eating it. We'll cook up a stew.
So we'll just have to keep an eye out for it. But I guess it's pretty prominent. But somebody started to say that in Utah it was not. but there's cases in Utah. It's not very many, so that's good for us. But on with that one, Vinny got his elk tag, so I'm pretty pumped about that. So we are gonna do that in October.
October 9th.
Sounds like it's just gonna be you and me.
Yeah.
So congratulations on getting a tag. Doesn't matter, it's a spike tag, dude. You still got one. That's a big animal. It's gonna be a rad hunt. It'll be a fun
Do you know how
time.
many spike tags they sell in the state of Utah?
Not a clue.
16,000.
Oof. It's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them in Utah, though.
I mean, there are. I mean, that's.
I don't know, but
that's
apparently there's a lot
more
more than we think, because they only sell like the amount that they would
Correct.
not to decimate the herd,
Correct.
the population.
And they sell out. I mean,
I-
like last year, they sold out in one day. They sold out in 4 hours last year. It was insane.
Yeah.
But this
How long
year,
did it take this time?
I don't know. I mean, our brother Kevin was able to get one the next day. So
Did you? So did I tell you on last week? Did I talk? I can't remember. Did I tell you about that? There's a forest ranger guy here that was saying that more spike elk kill big bull elk than hunters.
more what kill bull elk?
Spike elk.
Oh, spike elk kill bull elk
Yeah.
just because they want to be the dominant alpha.
Well, it's like, so the bull elk is the alpha, like he's got the herd, right? So he's the big boy.
Right.
And the spike comes in, he's just a little horned up little Billy, just a little young one wanting to get after the cows. So that when that big bull tries to run it off, two big bulls, when they collide, they got eye guards, they intertwine their horns and fight for power, and can possibly puncture somebody, but usually they lock horns, and it's like it's a matter of
endurance,
stamina and endurance. Yeah. A spike, they don't know what to do with it. They go to lock horns, and that spike just shoves its horn right through and just stabs them. So they find bull elk dead, and they do, they open them up and see, and they got puncture wounds in them. They'll have one or two a couple puncture wounds, basically like a spear.
Yeah.
Because their horns don't line up, they don't match up. So when this big bull elk tries to lock horns, there's no horns, and then things just slide right in and stab them.
Oh wow.
And so they don't, if it's a good shot somewhere, it's not like they can just go get worked on,
No, right.
They all of a sudden they're limping, they can't keep up, and
Get infection and all that
bears
stuff.
get them, whatever happens, but it leads to so a bunch of them just get killed off. So, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, dude. I think it's gonna be a blast. We can get you up there Friday and set up camp, and then I'll show up.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be rad.
I got to get a lot of stuff ready.
Yeah, you do.
I got to go scouting. Got to go driving. I got to get packs. I got to work out so I can carry some stuff.
Yeah, you got to do some. You got to get in shape. You got to get in shape. You got to get a hard pack, and you need to do some scouting. Man, just those three things. I'll bring a pack also myself. I'll bring a pack. I'll bring the skin and stuff, and a gun.
I'd be better off to get a helicopter's license and get a tiny little helicopter and just fly in and out.
I don't think you got time for that. I don't think you are capable of getting a helicopter's license in a couple months.
Since we're talking about big game, that was my question for you. Is if you could have a wild animal as a pet, what wild animal would you like to have as a pet?
Tiger.
Yeah, because you're like the Tiger King, or what?
No. No.
Get a mullet.
But actually, I live in Nevada, so I can have a tiger legally.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, in Nevada.
You can have a tiger in Nevada.
Tiger. Yeah, you could get a permit and have one.
Just because Siegfried and Roy have one, everybody can have one, or what?
No, yeah. Who knows why? I didn't look that far into it. I just Alexa was always talking about it, so one day I just searched it out, and I was like, dude, we can legitimately get a tiger. You get a permit, they come check out your stuff, you get a high fence, And like they just kind of look at the means that you have. I mean, I wouldn't want to get one because did you imagine how much it's going to cost me to feed that cocksucker a month?
Well, you better start going and getting a lot of spike elk.
Dude, I ain't getting one, dude. Shoot.
Well, here's the thing.
See what happens if Siegfried and Roy, the thing carried him off by his neck or something.
Well, even on the Tiger King, the freaking worker got her arm ripped off and then was like back to work in 7 days. You didn't watch it?
Yeah. I've never seen that show, not one episode.
I don't even know if it's on Netflix anymore, but dude, it was the craziest. I don't even know. He had over 100 tigers in his property in Oklahoma, and this lady was working there for him and thought it was cool. They just picked people out of Craigslist, you know.
Oh, geez.
Like they're looking for a job, like feeding it, and just grabbed an arm, and I don't even know. I can't even remember where it was stubbed off. But yeah, he gets donations and all that kind of stuff.
Thing. Yeah. So, but I mean, I would say that'd be cool to have, but I don't know.
I want a monkey.
If I was going, what?
Not a chimpanzee, because they'll rip your face off.
Not one that's gonna rip your face off.
Right, a little one, like someone sits on your shoulder. You know, something that you can throw a diaper on. It just kind of swings around the room, that kind of thing.
Spider monkey.
But, yeah.
You know, you can teach you to go steal people's stuff.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Well, you sent me a video of that lady with the raccoon. Why don't you get you a pet raccoon?
Dude, that thing was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Don't get me wrong, it was cute, whatever. But I walked into that library, and the librarian is sitting there with this raccoon on her lap, and I'm like, "You're gonna get rabies!"
Yeah, like, dude. Everybody,
what are you doing?
Dude, I swear, whenever you see a raccoon, it's got rabies.
Well,
that's your first thought is the rabies.
First thing, I was like, "Don't let it bite you."
Yeah,
you're gonna get rabies. She was babysitting it. It wasn't even hers. Yeah, she was babysitting it for a friend that went out of town.
Yeah,
and they rescued it as a baby.
Doctor because she had rabies.
And I'm like, "Does it have its shots?" "Oh, I went to the vet, had shots, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Okay." And she just let it crawl around and doing all this kind of stuff, and that's all I could think of was rabies the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
Nope.
When I was younger,
I think. I just thought I was talking about. I wouldn't get a raccoon either, dude. That'd be a hot mess. I don't know what. I think a tiger would be cool, but then once they get to like that,
very cool,
400 or 500 pounder, then I might be a little intimidated.
You know, exactly.
Because I don't even want to. Like, remember we talked about with Braxton, and I thought I could hold my own against at least 100-pound bear.
Right.
And he was trying to doubt it, which I feel like now we're gonna have to wrestle a 100-pound cub, see what we can do. Try to choke one out, or at least I feel like I could pick it up and choke it out. I don't know about a cat. I feel like if I got a lion and picked it up, they can like articulate around and still get me with its claws. Them things twist a lot, so I don't want nothing to do with that one. So then I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't get a tiger because the cocksucker scratch me and attack me.
I mean, have you seen those just house cats that can jump up on top of the refrigerator? Dude,
you ever seen the one that dude's trying to sell it? He's like on the news one. I think it was done in like the 80s because he looks like.
Oh yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
It wraps the leash around and then all of a sudden it attacks his leg and he's all
grabs his leg
and he's trying to rip this thing off and it's clinging on and that thing weighs 6 pounds and it's really effing this dude up.
Yeah,
so
I think that was on Funniest Video.
Yeah, probably so. Imagine what a 500-pounder would do.
500-pounder would wrap himself around you and put your head in his mouth.
I don't even think he could just hit me and just there goes my guts.
Oh, dude,
and he's just out there eating me. There it is.
And you can't really declaw him. I mean, you can't you can a house cat. You can't declaw a tiger and be like, "Oh, he's fine. I declawed it." Have you? I mean, his canine. I mean, do they call them canines?
3.5 inch canines, dude.
Yeah.
And and they're shaped to where, like, when it bites the back of your neck, it pulls in and snaps your neck as it bites down. That's cool.
And most wild animals, what do they say about the cats or anything that goes in? Like, they go for your neck because they're trying to hit a carotid artery, correct?
So, like, a lion, like a mountain lion, the way that their mouth is shaped, is to go down on the back of the animal, and as it bites down the pressure, it actually causes the bone to bow, and it snaps the bone.
Perfect.
Yeah,
sleep well at
sign me
night with
up.
a tiger in the house.
Yeah, I'll be totally fine with that. I'll just have to go around with a neck brace on all the time. Kevlar neck brace. I'm like, wait, you got a bad neck? I'm like, no, I own a tiger. Like, dude, you're an idiot.
All your bedroom doors are steel.
Dude, I forgot to take my Kevlar neck brace off. Shit, I'm driving around town with it on. Dude, you got a neck injury? No, I own a tiger. Oh, that's terrible. All right. So that I don't know. I don't know what exotic. I'd get a tortoise. That seems safe.
How about a fish? We can get a freaking.
Can I get a tortoise? Will a tortoise
It's a wild animal. I said wild animal. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I feel like that's wild, right?
Oh, we went to Florida 2 summers ago
Yeah.
to go to Disneyland or whatever, and in the resort there's a road that goes from the resort to the grocery store,
Yeah.
and there was a tortoise in the middle of the road. So we took a picture of it, and Emily's cousin, he's from Georgia. So we're like, oh, hey, that's close to Florida, right? We're like, check out this thing. And he goes, do not get that close to them. That will snap and bite your finger off. Like
it's a snapping turtle?
We had no idea. It was a big turtle.
Oh, yeah, dude. So, snapping turtles. So, you know how people go noodling?
Yes.
Okay, so for the listeners, the ones that don't know, the ones that do know, right on. But
if you're in Germany or Singapore, here we go.
Yeah, like here, or overseas guys, or even some of like our city folk. Noodling is you go like back east and you get down in these mucky rivers and lakes and stuff, and there's catfish that are 80, 100 pound, 150 pound catfish. They're big. I mean, they're 4 foot, and they're 2.5 feet around. They're just giant catfish. So they're down. They get down in these holes that are in the embankments. And you go noodling, and you walk along, and you fill the hole, and then you reach in this hole, and that fish latches
with
on your hand,
arm.
and you grab it by the lip, by the mouth, and you drag this thing out of the hole, and you pull up a catfish that's half the size of your body, depending on the size of you. So, right on. They don't have teeth. They just snap you. It's kind of scary. They might hold you underwater if you're not big enough to get the thing back out, because it's holding onto your hand also. So you better be pretty confident in holding your breath and strong enough to pull out a fish out of this hole. The other side of that is what Vinny just witnessed sitting on the road. You reach down in there and you find this hole, and you reach in there to get this catfish, and it's a snapping turtle, and he bites your finger off.
Bites your finger
right off. Just whap, like a number 2 pistol. Just snaps it in half, dude. So, because I was going to go noodling with brother Kevin, and he was like, let's go. He says, let's go jugging. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. So they take a jug and they put bait on it, and the fish comes up, bites the bait, and gets hooked on it. Then your jug is bouncing around like a 5-gallon jug.
Okay.
And you go over and then you grab the rope and pull this up, and you got a big old catfish.
Well, that's safer than putting your arm in the hole.
That's lame. And he goes, no. He goes, I got customers that come in, and I'll introduce you if you come to do it, that are missing fingers because they've been going noodling, reaching the hole, and a 60-pound snapping turtle, whack, bites your finger off. So I was like, I better get some chainmail gloves before I go noodling. Yeah, dude. So at least then it just basically pinches my finger. I don't know.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
Yeah. So
but yeah, Emily got up there.
I feel like a tortoise is not gonna bite my finger off, and he's not fast.
Not fast at all.
Gets out, if I'm not paying attention and I turn around, I don't think he's gonna get too far to where I lose him.
Yeah, he's like 12 inches away from where you left him.
10 minutes later, I'm like, oh wait, I got my tortoise is out. Oh, he's right there, 7 inches away. So I'm pretty good. Yeah, so I ain't gotta worry about that. I don't gotta worry about wearing a Kevlar neck brace because he's not gonna eat my neck. No. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna go with the tortoise. Seems a safe bet. I'm getting too old for that other nonsense. All right, what's yours?
I told you a monkey, little spider monkey.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forgot about that. Okay,
and I'd have to put it in. I'd have to put it in a diaper because.
Yeah, you want them pooping all over the house.
I'm sure they're not the cleanest.
No, and you gotta like, I don't even know. What do you do? Bathe them? I feel like that's like rabies right there. They probably got rabies.
Most likely.
What, you gotta
I
give
don't know.
them
There's a
shots
bunch
and
of
stuff?
animals out there, but
Can you have monkeys in Utah?
I have no idea.
Look it up. I can have a tortoise.
Well, you live in Nevada. That's a wild, wild west. You can do whatever you
It
want
is the
there.
Wild West.
You can
Well,
shoot
I got-
somebody on your property.
Boom, boom. Remember that, just in case you might want to. Well, okay.
All right, what's your other question?
I'm gonna get a tortoise now that we're talking about that. Do you like pickles?
Yes.
Like whole pickles or like cut up pickles? Oh my gosh, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like a whole pickle?
Yeah.
I do that. Like sweet? Or is sweet or dill? Oh, dude, the Pacificos, dude, are kicking in. Oh man.
No, I don't like
Vinny
dill
is-
pickles. I mean, I'll eat dill pickles.
Wait,
but
you like sweet pickles?
I love sweet pickles. The little tiny ones. I look like little tiny pickles in my mouth.
That's too much. Dude.
But like the sweet pickles, I like the sweet pickles.
Yeah.
Also what do they call that? The
Kosher.
bread and buttered ones or whatever they call it.
Uh-huh.
You know, the ones that you
Yeah.
put on your hamburgers and stuff like that. Like those are basically sweet also. So sweet pickles are my favorite.
But the butter or a kosher, they're dilled, but it's just they have a sweet to them, right?
Correct.
I think
so.
they're dill. Yeah.
I think dill's the flavor, isn't it?
Dill
That's
is
just
what
how
it's
you.
like.
That's just how you
It's
flavor.
what it's like what it's soaked in or whatever.
So
It's
as a
still
kid,
like a cucumber. Yeah, there's still a
Right.
cucumber. Yeah.
so do you remember Jared, my best friend Jared, back when we were in high school?
Yeah.
So we would take
ginger?
him. Yeah, the ginger.
Yeah.
You take and peel, or I guess you call it peel,
Yeah.
a cucumber.
A cucumber.
And you slice it up. You throw it in a cup with just vinegar.
And salt.
Just vinegar.
Put
We'd
some
put
salt
salt
in,
on it
put salt.
after, but we'd let it
Okay.
soak for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're just eating these cucumbers right out of the cup of vinegar. He was like, "This
Yeah,
is the
that's-
best."
I
That's
think that's good.
basically
I've
deal.
done that. Is that maybe that's where soaking started?
I don't know. It's UPS. That's the Mormon soaking right there.
That's how it started, dude. From the cucumber.
Just set it in there for
That's
20
a lot.
minutes. You're all right.
I've had that before, dude. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
But I think the deal, and people can comment. I think the deal part of it is what it's in. But
Right.
like a sweet pickle is they just get them the cucumber small, right?
Yeah.
They're like, I think it's got to be a certain type of cucumber because they're.
I don't know. I'm
little-
not a
they all look-
farmer. I'm
they
not
all
a
look the
farmer. I don't
same,
know.
too. You know, your dill pickles are big, and then your sweet ones are little. They're always little. You ever
But
had
I've
a
gotten
big
little
one?
ones. I've gotten little ones that are still dill flavored.
Dill, right? But you ever had a big one?
A big dill pickle?
No, big sweet pickle.
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. Huh? What? What is this?
Where'd you
What
buy
is
this?
that you
Where'd you buy
speak
this
of?
unicorn?
I don't know. Let's see. Dude, hit us up. Let us know.
A
Whoever's
large dill.
listening.
Oh, have you ever had a large sweet pickle?
I've never even seen one.
Dude, I thought you had one.
No. I'm gonna look for one. Bring it on the next episode.
A large sweet pickle.
A large sweet pickle, and just like hammered down. Vinny, stop. Dude, I'm not. I like them. Dill. I like dill more than I think. I eat either one. I like pickles, bro. So here's the info before we gotta wrap this up. You ever get heartburn? I think you get heartburn, right? Indigestion, heartburn.
Are you calling me old?
No, I'm just saying.
You just called
I've
me
never
old.
Had it. No, I've never had it, so I'm just saying you have had it
Yeah,
before.
I've had heartburn. Yeah.
So
Freaking
Dude,
Copenhagen.
you ever drink pickle juice?
Yes.
Dill pickle juice?
Yes.
Dill pickle juice helps heartburn.
It also helps
Indigestion.
muscle recovery too.
Well, that's cool. It does. Yeah, it's for electrolytes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's like because of the salt on it. But I'm telling you, so Alexa would get it with her celiacs,
Yeah.
and so sometimes it would like flare up and give her like
Right.
a heartburn stuff. Not necessarily so much of her celiacs, but she would eat something. It just has to do with her upper GI.
Right.
So she would get heartburn. Instead of like giving her Tums and stuff like that, I'd give her a jar. I'd pour some into a glass and she'd just sip on it.
You'd give her a
Yeah,
shot of
just-
dill pickle juice.
Don't shoot it. Just sip on it. You just sip on a little. Yeah, just give her a little bit in a cup, and she'd
Dude,
sip
I just
on
bust
it.
open the lid, and I just drink it right out
but
of the
you
jar.
should just take a couple drinks of it, let it settle. So there you go. There's your tip of the day. You get
Excuse me.
heartburn, indigestion. Drink some pickle juice.
And now, is
You're
it dill
welcome.
or sweet?
Dill.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I've never really had dill when I would do that, like for muscle recovery,
Yeah.
and it works really well. It really does. You don't think it does,
Yeah.
and people are like blowing smoke up your ass, but when your calves and your legs are just blowed out,
Yeah.
I'd come home, but I only had that beer batter stuff or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
and I just crack it open.
I
and
think you're
drink
okay
that.
because I think that's a deal. I think that is dilled, or whatever you want to call it. Dilled.
And
pickled,
it's seriously
dilled.
20 minutes. It was like,
Oh yeah.
holy
Yeah,
cow.
it works, dude. But I'm telling you, man, that indigestion stuff, heartburn, it's. I mean, it's just naturally doing it. It works, but.
I haven't
All right,
had it.
bro. Well,
for a
thanks, man. That was next time you get heartburn, whoever's tried it, hit us up. Let us know. Comment if you've done it and it worked. If you haven't, well, you probably didn't do it right. Something else.
We need more. We need more people to
Science.
email flappingyourgums at yahoo.com. That's flappingyourgums, yahoo.com. Sean's still in 1996 with yahoo.com.
Dude, I think
We're not on
Gmail's older
Gmail.
than that, bro. No, I ain't about
But
that.
Gmail's more popular than Yahoo, but we're
What's
bringing
the
Yahoo
difference?
back. We're bringing Yahoo back with
Yeah,
flapping your
they're
gums
both the
at
same.
yahoo.com.
Yeah.
Just send something. Send hi. Send something so
Yeah.
we know you're
Comment
listening.
on YouTube. Comment on
Shut
YouTube.
her down.
Tell everybody. Let's go. All right. Well, thanks, bro. It was a good one.
Hold on. We got to
We'll,
get a couple more drinks in. There you go.
Oh,
Drink
there you
up.
go. That's a couple ender shots right there. All right, bro. We'll get you on the next one, huh? It was good.
All right. Peace.
Peace.